Okay, it's 7 o'clock. I'd like to call to order the Monday, June 16th, 2025 meeting of the Thompson Conservation Commission. First order of business is review of minutes. We have our April 21, 2025 regular meeting minutes. We didn't have a quorum last month, if you recall, so we weren't able to approve them. If anyone has any comments? See if I can find them.
Property approved,
Oh, geez, let me get them, I'm sorry.
but I can't vote on it anyway because I wasn't there.
This thing, well, I thought I had a copy in here. I'm trying to find. Here we go.
I got the mail.
By the way, you were wonderful in the play.
Thank you.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, how'd it go?
Huh?
I said, how did it go?
Oh, my God, it was
Was it
wonderful.
great fun? He still got the mustache.
It was just, I could have gone and watched, yeah, it was so good. You were so good.
Thank you.
My God, you're just wonderful.
I appreciate that. Thank you very much. It was a challenging part.
Pardon?
It was a challenging part to play.
But you did good.
I don't have a copy.
The play itself was an eye opener. No matter how much you read the, you know, it was like,
It's amazing how topical it is, isn't it?
pardon?
It's amazing how topical
Yeah.
it is. It applies today.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a very powerful play. And the two girls playing Anna and Margot were wonderful. They were so professional. They were, it was a joy to work with them.
Yeah.
I usually don't like working with kids.
I bet there was a lot of work put into that before the, you know, which was so good.
Well, while Margaret's looking or making copies of the April, why don't we move on to the May 19th regular meeting minutes?
I'll move the approval of May 19th. Meeting minutes.
Thank you, Norma. Do we have a second? All right, all in favor of approval of the minutes of May 19th regular meeting?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Wasn't here
I
for it.
abstained because I wasn't there.
aye.
All right, one abstention.
Wasn't there, so.
Pat, do you want to abstain or?
Right, I had to, right,
Okay.
because I wasn't here either. So I was like,
Okay.
I have a question. I thought if there was no quorum, you couldn't have a meeting.
Well,
Wrong on
you
that?
can't make motions,
Okay,
but you can discuss any agenda items that don't require a motion. So
Okay.
that's pretty much what we did.
okay. I had a,
We have a little bit of latitude because we're not regulatory.
Yeah, we get a lot of opinions.
Sorry about that.
Oh, no
Be right
worries.
back, Andrew trained as a secretary.
No, I'm okay. I don't.
We don't need any more.
Yeah, I think we're all set. What'd she say? Did you want a copy? Or do you have yours for this one?
I have mine, thank you.
Unless anyone else's comment.
Yeah.
I have my whole stack of papers here and they're not in it. Yes.
One. Here you go.
Sure, thanks. Getting your steps in there, Margaret.
Pardon me?
I said you're getting your steps in.
That's good.
Anyone need any more time?
That's a minute, April 23rd.
Thank you, Norma. Carol. All right, all in favor of the motion to approve the minutes of the April 21st, 2025 regular meeting minutes?
Aye.
Any opposed?
I abstain.
David abstains. Okay, great, thank you. All right, next item on the agenda is financial matters. Budget report, Madam Secretary, Madam Treasurer, pardon me.
This report is through May 29th of 2025. So the available budget left is $3,801.63, which means that we have 88.7% used. Of course, July 1st, we started a new budget.
That's pretty good. Oh my gosh, refresh my memory. Do we make a motion to approve the budget? I don't think we do. We just
I don't
accept
think
it.
it's necessary.
Okay, thank you. All right, correspondence.
Okay. A couple of handouts, maybe you and Peter can share that one. This is just an email, let's see, which is the first email about the
Yeah, go ahead.
Connecticut Sustainable DC New Fellows. That's the official approval of the neglected cemeteries grant finally. completely okay to spend money.
Send money, please.
We started the work.
That's wonderful, yeah. I think Norma's ready. Right. And I think the sustainable fellow email was, it's this summer's intern or fellow
Right.
introducing herself to us. All right. Does anyone have any questions about the correspondence? Okay, we can move on to the agent report.
I don't really have one per se.
Anything
If
noteworthy?
anybody has questions, I'd be happy to answer them, but.
Quiet months are good.
Well, in regards to this sustainable report, this is just announcing that there's a new staff person on.
Right, Anna. She's available,
Yeah, they're new, it's
intern.
their summer intern. Yeah. Remember when they came to talk to us
Yeah.
last year, it was a regular staff person and an intern.
This point. Oh, I don't know what that fits into. Our capabilities at this time. Not capabilities, but time consuming of our.
I'm not sure, I'm not sure. I'm trying to think when they spoke with us last year. I guess they were offering any support that we might need if we wanted to pursue the sustainable CT program.
At this point.
And we haven't made that
We're not
decision yet.
pursuing
At this,
But I-
right now, we're not, yeah.
something we should or could or.
I mean, we've talked about it, it's been on, that, that would be the resiliency committee that we've been talking about for some time. We've just been kind of carrying along.
No update on the open space plan? That's 6.
But yeah, we won't hear from them, they said we wouldn't hear until early winter, I think. That's when they think they'll be making a decision and an announcement.
Is there anything going on that we should know about?
Well, we had a lot of runoff come off of Quintessent Golf Course and it ran down under Route 21. Down towards the Putnam Town line and onto a farm that used to be the old alpaca farm there across from Morning Star Farm Kennel. And that guy's ponds got silt in them, and so we were alerted that the silt was coming off the golf course, so it started a long dragged out enforcement action with lots of inspections and actually called Connecticut DEEP, someone to come and help advise on how to handle it, and they've got most of it. What happened was they had brought in a whole bunch of gray stuff that looked like silt. At the recommendation of an architect, they spread it over at least half an acre on the golf course, and then they didn't have any sediment controls, and we got 5 inches of rain. So it all flowed off, and well, a lot of it flowed off the site, and so it could have all been prevented if they had had some sediment controls and maybe let us know that they were doing it, and so it was a lesson learned for them. We just met on the 10th and they were using Paul Archer as a surveyor who's a member there, and he agreed that it could have been entirely prevented, and so. In the meantime, they were doing a couple other projects which we approved because it had nothing to do with the silt running off, but it just, you know. Put a big load on this, on me to spend time. Making them clean it up, and so. Things got a little out of control time wise with that, but it got buttoned up pretty quick, and I'm very happy with. The way they stabilized it quickly. It was Ramco was doing the work, and the farmer asked to have. A soil textural analysis of the material, because he wants to know what landed up in his pond, so they sent it to Yukon and we're waiting for that to come back. But it was mostly silt, it wasn't clay. So we'll see. That he's quieted down now that his pond finally started to clear. It took a while for the silt to settle out.
Any update of the sidewalk? Any-
Yeah, oh, which one? Well, there were two. Like, I was gonna actually add that to old business. Um. So. We can move on to old business if everybody is. Okay with that? All right, so, old business item A is open space plan. We kind of talked about that. That's just, we're waiting. For the decision to be made on the technical assistance. Application that we submitted. And the resiliency committee at this point in time, we haven't moved forward with it. Apparently the sustainable fellow, or the sustainable CT fellow is available to assist if we need assistance. So, and then, we can add, the sidewalk to old business if someone would like to make a motion. To add it.
I didn't hear you.
If someone would like to make a motion to add the sidewalk to. To old business, sorry.
To open,
Which sidewalk?
I assume you're talking about the sidewalk at the quarry?
yes.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll move to add this to old business.
I'll second it.
So Dave, okay. So just catch up with this. All right, all in favor of adding that to the agenda?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Okay. All right.
Want me to
Sure.
print out the letter?
Um. Did we email it to everybody?
I'm not sure.
I didn't hear you.
It got sent to the Inland Wetlands Commission members.
Yeah,
I'll print it out.
yeah, okay, yeah, so. I don't even remember what day that was. Why don't we wait till she prints out the letter? Yeah. And then presume- Hemlock Properties, yeah. Oh, I just found my notes, okay. All right, so that was the site walk that took place on Saturday, May 10th. The Inland Wetlands Commission had invited us to attend. They had a series of site walks that morning, but the one that they in particular were looking for our opinion on was the property on Route 12 up near the state line. that was the Hemlock, known as the Hemlock property. And so what had happened is an individual working for the property owner had been blasting some earth material and had bulldozed, it looked like some topsoil and maybe some rocks into the edge of the wetland. So the Inland Wetland Commission had asked us to come and attend the site walk and just provide our opinion. I think maybe we briefly discussed that at the May meeting. And so I had put together some observations that I had at the site and some recommendations for how to address the material that had been deposited in the wetlands. And also there was a question about whether or not a permit should have been required for it as an earth removal activity, and that's under the purview of the Planning and Zoning Commission, of course. And so for the benefit of the Planning and Zoning Commission, in our capacity as an advisory committee to the regulatory commissions as well as the Board of Selectmen, had made some recommendations or some suggestions, I don't know what you want to call them, on evaluating whether or not enough material had been removed to meet the threshold that was required for an earth removal special permit. So this was the letter that I prepared, and after we discussed it at last month's meeting, and sent to the Inland Wetlands, for their portion of it, which was the material in the wetlands, and then to the Planning and Zoning Commission for their portion of it, which was, whether or not it was an activity that should have been permitted.
Bear with him, but thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, it's good to refresh my memory. Oh, you're welcome. Hopefully both commissions find it useful.
May I ask, where exactly is this?
Across from Snake Marion's junkyard,
Pardon?
across from Snake Marion's junkyard. His junkyard's on Route 12 as you're heading towards Dudley on the right.
Oh, way down there. Oh,
Yes,
oh,
so
this
it's
was, this was the property on the left-hand side up there.
Right,
Yeah, just. before
Right on the,
state
almost
line.
on the line.
Yeah,
well, no,
a little
that's the
before, but
Sadikas.
yeah,
The Sadikas are building an 18-wheeler truck repair facility on the state line. This is up on the hill where Snake Marion's junkyard is.
Okay, Oh,
It's just
but not
a
on his side, opposite, right?
On the left
opposite,
side.
and there's
yeah.
all you can see from the road is a cable across between two trees.
That's okay, all right, now I know where you are, thank you.
We had an interdepartmental heads meeting. And at that meeting, the fire marshal said that from now on, when he gets a blasting permit, he will email me and Cindy to make sure whether whoever's proposing to blast has permits from the town. If it's gonna be a quarry, which would be a start.
Yeah, that is good. And new business, I have another request for an item to be added. The Planning and Zoning Commission invited the Conservation Commission to attend a site walk this past Saturday. This is sort of a holdover from the request that the selectmen had made this winter, if you remember, some properties over by Schoolhouse Pond that the town owns. There was an individual who had contacted the town to see if the town would be interested in selling him a few lots that were adjacent to his property. And I guess, Amy, subsequent to that request, the town kind of evaluated whether there was any reason to hold on to other parcels that the town owns
You're talking
in
about
that same area.
Little Pond?
Around Little
Little
Pond, yeah.
I guess one of the selectmen had requested that in addition to the 824, that planning and zoning just reflect on what they want to do, because in the same time as we received the one request for the purchase of two parcels, we received another request for the purchase of a parcel.
In the same area.
Yes. Yeah. So. Yeah, I guess it's just a question of, and that they're meeting upstairs right now.
Yeah. Okay, actually,
On that.
before we, and this is my fault, I apologize. I was trying to describe to you what the purpose of the sidewalk was, and I forgot to complete my thought, which was, can we add this as an agenda item under new business? So it would be discussion about town-owned properties, at Little Pond. So if we could add that.
Is it
to the
on the
agenda.
water?
No.
No,
She's looking for a motion to add this to the.
Just to
agenda.
add it to the agenda under new business.
I'll move to add the discussion of lots,
Town-owned parcels
town-owned parcels by Little Pond.
by Little Pond. I guess that sounds good.
On
Yeah.
the new business.
did they do the site walk or it's this Saturday?
They,
When's last?
they did it this past
Pardon?
Saturday. Do we have a second? Hold that thought.
Okay.
Okay, all in favor?
Last,
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Okay, all right, okay. Your question again, I'm
Did they do
sorry.
the site walk already, or is it this?
Yes,
Saturday?
it was this past Saturday.
This past
Yeah,
Saturday. okay.
Yeah, I thought they were gonna send it out to everybody. And maybe they thought that I don't know. Anyway, so I apologize that people didn't get the notification.
Yeah, I kind of have a concern on that, that if we're invited and it's not. It's before one of our meetings, somebody should make sure that we get notified. I would have gone on that sidewalk.
Yeah, I got the email. Let's see if I get a signal. I had a signal a few minutes ago. I don't know if it was scheduled earlier and they rescheduled it. I'm not really quite sure.
I think that Vera
Um,
invited.
Yeah, June
Judy to go,
11th
But I don't think it was extended to all the commissions.
is when yeah, and that may have been my fault if I had read this faster. Yeah, it came out on June 11th. And I should have sent it to everyone, so that's my error, so I apologize for that. I did request a copy of the map. Because there's a fairly scattered array of parcels. They're not all clustered together.
Did you get it?
I didn't get it.
So if the town decided to sell, would there be like a bidding war?
Correct, according to the ordinance on disposition of property. Once planning and zoning gives the okay, the Board of Selectmen can go out to sealed bid. So it gets advertised in the paper, anybody could bid on it. And then it gets opened at a selectman meeting.
Do we know, is it buildable or is it just,
Well, a lot of them really aren't, and you certainly have to purchase quite a few to make a lot.
okay,
My personal feeling, and again, let's see what the planning and zoning comes back with, but I would just like to see them stay in conservation. So I think there's enough development around the lake without there being an actual sewer system. I think, and even though septic systems are much better constructed than they
Right.
were in the past, it's still, to me.
I mean, it might be that somebody just wants to enlarge their property a little
Right,
bit too.
but
you know,
if it
yeah.
stays just as open space or in conservation, then they don't have anything to worry about ever.
Right,
That's
it's
always
there,
a
they can-
benefit to
they-
people.
right, they can
Yeah.
use it, it's right there,
Right.
but they don't have to maintain it.
There's a lot of paper roads that go through that area, you know, roads that
Yeah.
were designed but never built. They many of them were kind of cleared, so they're sort of like woods roads or walking paths. And it appeared that a lot of the people in the community use that area for passive recreation. They
Mhm.
hike and
Right,
you know, it looked like some of the kids ride their bikes down the trails and part of the town-owned parcels were formerly, I guess, a town kind of sand and gravel. It sounded like it's not being used
Right.
to remove sand and gravel anymore. And it looks like the kids might like to take their ATVs out there and, you know, there's room for them to kind of ride around and do donuts and things like that. We saw tracks in the dirt and it's a beautiful property. We saw lady slippers, we saw native wild roses, we saw tons of blueberries.
is it on the, is it?
Lots of mosquitoes.
Oh, yeah. Mhm.
That's the town.
Yeah, so planning and zoning is just looking for our opinion. What, you know, what do we think would be a good use for the property? Should it remain in, as Amy said, in conservation? Well, it's not conserved, you know, there's like no conservation easement on it, and I don't know if the town has an intent to
If you
put a
drive up
conservation
there-
easement.
Do you know, can you tell where it is or no?
Not really, no.
Hard to decipher exactly which.
Even walking through there, yeah, it was kind of hard to tell.
And
'cause there's-
sometimes mixed in when you get a copy of the map. I know Cindy has them and they're color coded. She was making copies, but she could send it by email. But if you look at them, sometimes there's a town parcel, a privately owned parcel, a
Right.
privately owned parcel. So it's not really defined.
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah, and one challenge with the privately owned parcels is because the roads aren't town accepted roads, so there are some
Mishmash up
access
there.
issues. They're not even really private roads, you know, because they were never officially constructed roads, so. Yeah,
And there's some dissent amongst the folks on the planning and zoning commission, including this, they made a subcommittee to talk about this in their meeting upstairs tonight. Some of them wanted it preserved as a park. And I was explaining to them that first they said one of them wanted to put it into a conservation easement, and as I was explaining to them what's usually involved with a conservation easement is that a survey is done. And the town doesn't have money to do a survey like that or put an official conservation easement, which would probably include an attorney. And so then it sort of, the other folks on the commission have other ideas about it, and one of them wrote up, sort of broke it down into starting with the idea of an official conservation easement, which would cost money and permanently protect it. And then he sort of broke it down into other scenarios that would be increasingly less and less restrictive. And then finally, the least restrictive one didn't say anything about not being able to mine it. And so in my mind, I'm thinking that's not much of a conservation easement if they can go in and mine it, and so. It's, they're all over the place as to what the ultimate best use
Yeah.
is.
I think the sand and gravel pit looked like it had been pretty well tapped out. There might be a little bit more material that could be taken out, but I think that they've pretty well played it out.
And many of the lots also have natural diversity database mapping for species of concern and floodplain and wetlands, so
Mhm.
much of it is not just ready to put the shovel in the ground and do anything
yeah.
with.
And additionally, that area is, so that's Jerry Swamp across from Little Pond, and that is one of our 10 notable wetlands. So it has a 200-foot upland review area rather than a 100-foot upland review area. So while that doesn't completely restrict development, because it's a review area, not a no build area, but it does heighten the scrutiny, and that was our intent, because
Heightens what?
the scrutiny,
Oh.
if anything were to be developed, because it is, a notable area. There are a number of protected
Yeah,
species there,
there's
so
rare mussels in the
mussels,
have
there's
little,
several
5 Mile Brook
plants,
there.
there's a
There's a dragonfly or
a swamp rose,
there's a
um,
damselfly now that was
has
recently
been added,
identified.
yeah. There's a
Where's
couple
this?
of aquatic plants, yeah,
Huh?
so, yeah,
On Little Pond, but the damselfly's habitat extends away from the pond towards those lots. And the funny thing is, when we look at the NDDB maps, all we see is this cross hatching, and it doesn't break out. Which one is a plant, which one is a mussel, which one is an insect? And so you have to ask the NDDB people, and they're not always willing to give out that information. Because they don't want people to be able to go there and collect whatever they're trying to protect.
right,
Even the guy who, recently they wrote a fisheries biologist helped write the plan to herbicide Little Pond. And they're getting ready to do that in July, and even they're telling him, you need to protect the damselfly, you need to protect the mussels. They're not telling him where the habitat for each of these species is. The only one he gets to know about is the rare plant.
Mhm,
Because
yeah,
they're
he
not
would need
allowed to
know that.
put down the milfoil herbicide within 100 feet of the rare plant.
Good,
So it's taken a long, long time for the two different entities at
Mhm.
DEEP, the ones who promote the herbiciding and the ones who want to protect the rare plants to get together on the best approach. They're almost done.
I'm thinking about a conservation easement, if it were determined that a conservation easement might be a good approach, is that something that we could use our open space funding on? I wonder if that would be something, and of course, we need to know what it would cost, obviously, but I wonder if that is something that's open to us.
Well, I think that was one of the issues in discussing the conservation easement was going to be the cost. So if there was, I don't remember what conservation had in that fund. But if that would be an adequate use to conserving and preserving that land. For sure.
One of the problems in that area is that all of the survey data is not well documented.
Right.
They need to find datum to base the survey off of, and not only is there very little concrete I can't think of the word, survey markers, but there have been over the years many errors. I remember Carol and George talking about that. Where, it says everyone's got, a 40-foot frontage or something like that, and it shows it being on the map, but when you go out, everything is like off by 5 feet or something. So, it's a very challenging place to survey, and so I think that would probably add to the cost. It was a thought, though. Because it might be worth, given, I think, given the specialness of the area that if they decide to preserve it, a conservation easement might be a good idea.
So what are they looking for from us?
They were looking for, our opinion on whether it is an area that is worth preserving, or whether the town should sell the properties, the lots.
Oh,
And I'll
in
put
that area,
together,
I definitely feel it should be worth preserving.
yeah, there's been a lot of other properties, as you know, around that area on the 5 Mile River, yeah, that have been preserved, so. I can put something together, try to do it in the next day or two and send it out by midweek.
Did you get, so you never generated a memo after that site walk?
I
Oh, it's
haven't
just
yet,
this
because I
weekend?
thought, why don't I wait, and we can discuss it and I can share what I saw with you. Yeah, and then I told the chair of the Planning and Zoning Commission, that we would talk about it tonight, and we would put together a memo.
I'm not sure.
they're
They
meeting
might be-
again.
They might be, oh, you don't think they're gonna vote? on it?
No, they're not voting on it tonight. That was my understanding. They were discussing it tonight. I think it might be, I don't know if it's new business tonight. I haven't seen their agenda, but they were discussing it tonight, and then they were going to act on it. They're meeting again next Monday. So we have a tight turnaround, and I'm kicking myself because I didn't take any pictures while I was out there. And I should have done that so you could see kind of what I was seeing and some of the special features that I saw.
Well, if you get a memo to me, I will help put it on letterhead and get it, disseminate it. Let me know who you want it to go to.
Sure, yeah, I guess the chair. Sorry, just trying to continue a thought here before I. This one. All right. Do we think that that's something that, sorry, do we think offering to pay for the survey through the open space fund is something that we would like to include, or should we maybe not say anything until we do a little research and make sure, A, that that's something that we can use those funds for, and B, it's not gonna be exorbitant.
I don't think we'll have time to do that before next Monday.
No, I don't either. But I'm sure there will be subsequent discussions.
Amy, do you have any kind of sense for where you think they're going with the whole thing at this point, or is it still up in the air?
It's really up in the air. I do think they're erring more to the side of conserving the property.
That's good.
So, yeah.
Yeah, but the sense I got from, of course, it was a site walk, so people were not discussing the particulars of the business at hand, but just discussing orientation type things. But the impression that I got, that people thought it was a beautiful property. So I didn't get the sense.
Big an
that-
area, is it?
I honestly don't recall, because it's scattered. There's a cluster of lots here, and then a cluster of lots there, and then I think there
Oh,
might be
so
a
they're just
couple
not
of single
talking about
lots
3
here and
lots.
there. Yeah, so it's not just one big contiguous area.
Yeah, it's scattered.
Yeah, which was why I was hoping that they would be able to get me the map today so that I could share it with you tonight. It's the highway department actually has put together the map, and they were going to share it with Cindy, and then Cindy was going to share it with me, but
There's,
I didn't see that I received.
we had
anything.
Mr. Janesic came in here with the guys from Killingley Engineering a few weeks ago and talked about a subdivision coming in off of Babula Road. There's a short cul-de-sac there. as you come in off of Sandam, turn left on Babula, and
Mhm.
it's after you go by the old cemetery, that next side street, it's a dead end. He owns, there's a perennial stream there that feeds into Little Pond, and he was talking about what he could do for a subdivision there, and he's probably not going to put a bridge over that brook, and so Tira was trying to get him to agree to just develop the lots on the east side of that brook and put the rest into conservation. And so the engineers seemed to like that idea, and Mr. Janesic was, kind of wishing that he could get at it from the other side, but he doesn't have any access to it. And
Is the stream named or unnamed?
no,
You're talking about the Porter, by the Porter Cemetery, the one that's off Babylon Road?
yes.
Yes. I
It's
hope,
that, how there are houses to the north of that, it's those houses there that are on that, the road, it's the dead end that Janesic owns the land at the end of it. Most of the land is on the other side of the brook, but he can't get to it. He was actually looking to sell this land so he can pay back taxes.
um. The cemetery there is, that's got a stone wall around it, but the town owns. Like on one side, 70 feet down.
Towards the brook.
Toward the brook,
Mhm.
and some side it's only 10 feet, but. There's a larger piece of property there that the town owns.
Hmm.
And as I looked down from the cemetery, some of the people are using some of the land, and since I have a piece of property that they want to take by adverse possession, I was wondering if I shouldn't have someone look at that area to make sure that someone isn't using it so they think they can use it for adverse.
What are they using it for?
Pardon?
What are they using it for?
Like they're kind of clearing the way, but I don't know just where the 70 feet goes down. I
Is
think
it the
that's
people who live to the north that are doing it?
from the north of it, yes.
You mean for riding their bikes or planting or,
So I'm too far from it,
yeah,
but I haven't said anything because I thought maybe it's not a problem, and I think. I'd hate to have someone think, well, I've been using it, so I can use it for adverse.
right,
since-
yeah. Or if somebody got hurt on it or. Yeah. Which,
Do you have a survey of that land around Porter Cemetery?
You could get it,
You mean it's just on the assessor's maps?
yes,
Okay,
but it should be in your office also.
yeah, I mean, there's lots
Under
of
the
lots that
cemetery
are,
information.
yeah, lots of lots that are on assessor's maps that we don't have surveys for, so I'm honestly just not sure about that one.
But
We're gonna be changing to from MapGeo to, NECOG GIS mapping.
Mhm.
And if there is a survey for a particular lot, once we switch over to NECOG, when you pull up that lot and you click on source map, if there is a survey, it takes you straight to that survey, which it should anyway. There, sometimes we work to help make sure that it takes you to the right survey. But that's an advantage over what we use now, a big advantage for people like us that wanna find a survey right away.
anyway, maybe it's not a problem, why I haven't said anything,
Mm.
but if you're in that area.
Maybe posting, well, I don't know if you wanna post it. or
Pardon?
What kind of posting do you usually put around cemeteries like that, or do you think posting it would help? Or just to say this is town-owned property?
Not familiar with what should be posted or what shouldn't, but
Yeah, we've not done that with any other cemeteries, right?
I don't
Yeah.
know. Most of the
Surveys are
cemeteries
expensive.
just stop at the
Mm.
stone wall, but this one does not. You know, one
Mm.
side is 10 feet, but on the
Yeah,
north side, it goes down 70 feet, I think.
and the west side. The side towards the brook, it's more or
Yes.
less west.
Okay,
Mhm.
I know the Lavalleys that live nearby.
yeah, I know what Alex,
Yeah.
yes. He helps take care of the cemetery.
All right, okay, well, so I'll put together, my observations and share that out with everybody and I'll.
Well, you know,
Oh.
by the way, I'm only here through Wednesday this week and then I'm gone.
Okay,
So if you're gonna get it to me, I'd need it. By, you know, early afternoon on Wednesday. If I'm gonna get it out for you.
okay, yeah, I was just. I'd really like to have a copy of the map so that I can include that, so
Cindy's
I'll
got
see
it,
if I
and-
can get that from Cindy.
I don't know how late they're gonna go tonight, but she had the maps today and she was gonna give me one and Tara said, don't give it to anybody till you vote on it, so. It's too bad we didn't get one for you. You don't have it, do you, Amy?
What's that?
You don't have a copy of the map Cindy was working on?
No, I mean, I could run upstairs and grab one.
That Judy would like to have it to write her memo. If if you're willing to do that, I would. Wait. Please.
Thank you.
You're
Yeah,
welcome.
that's very helpful. All right, I guess we can move on to item 8, which is citizens' comments. Our citizen just left. All right, no citizens in the room, members forum.
I'd like to comment that we finally got the signed grant
That's very exciting.
for the $8,000 to do the North Silverdale Cemetery.
That's one.
The figures have changed a bit. I don't know if you wanted that, but with the state funding, the straightening and repairing of the gravestone is put in for $5,500. And the cleaning of the weeds and brush and stuff is $2,500. So that makes the $8,000. When I had discussed it before, when I put in for it, I had put in, I thought it was 4,000 each, but it was changed.
Oh, interesting, okay.
So they broke it out.
5 and 3.
55 and 25.
Oh, you're fantastic, thank you, that's really useful, yeah, I'll send this around and everyone can just see, so everything that's highlighted in yellow, Dave, can you grab that here? Is what the town owns, so you can see they're really quite scattered through that area.
Thank you.
Norma, I mean, is that adequate to do what you have planned, like,
Well, we'll do
or
it.
does it change? You,
It'll go as far as it can go. The problem is I haven't read it that thoroughly yet. There's 9 pages of it,
okay,
but
well, if we need to,
they gave us 7 months to do it, but you can't do much digging in November and December. So
right,
if we've got 7 months,
yeah,
they put me in the winter. But we'll do the best we can on it.
yeah, if we can, what is the digging part? Is that the clearing?
The basis for the.
Oh,
gravestone,
okay, so we
for the
should probably try to do that first then, and then do the clearing.
No,
in the
well, some
fall
of the
and winter?
branches are hanging over the gravestones, so
Okay.
we have to have some of the branches down.
Right, okay,
So it's kind of a combination, but
yeah,
really, some of the branches have to come down before you fix the gravestones underneath.
okay, I see what you're saying.
But anyway.
So those figures, when you had submitted the proposal, those figures were slightly different and this is what they.
So that was all. I just thought I'd let you know.
Yeah,
the figures
okay.
have changed.
Yeah,
Well, originally, we only thought it was gonna be 5,000 and now it's 8, so.
Well, I remember that.
Good.
Yeah, so, just what I was thinking was that, it may be. As long as you're not changing the total amount, which you're
Right.
not,
No,
you
I
know,
just thought I'd
we,
inform you.
we may be able to. Discuss with them whether or not it's necessary to reallocate the funding for those two activities. So that you have. The amount of funding available for each. And not having worked with this grant before, that might not be a problem, so you might, at some point.
We
Talk to the grant manager and just see, let them know your concerns.
We've
That-
worked with this
As a
grant
grant manager,
before.
that's my recommendation, okay.
They've given us 9 pages of instruction.
If it was the federal government, it would be 90. I think that's wonderful, and I think it's great that we got more than we even were asking for. I wonder if they didn't get as many
That's why,
applications,
That's
yeah,
why.
so they just gave everybody more, that's
Yes.
sad, but also, nice for us.
It's a pool of money and they divide it by those who apply.
Yeah,
That's how come we got
that's great,
8,000 instead of the 5,000.
yeah. I'm
Okay.
sure you can find things to spend it on. There's
Oh,
lots to
we
be
can
done,
use it there,
Yeah.
that's for sure.
for sure, yeah, that's great. All right,
I should discuss that with someone to make sure that I think before we get started, we have to get some insurance papers sent to them and stuff. Am I supposed to make these decisions myself, or should I talk to somebody
I think
about it?
this is the first time anybody's mentioned getting insurance papers to the state.
Well, I was reading, I read it quickly, I didn't have much time.
Did you have to do that in the past?
No,
Why would the state need insurance papers unless it's for the
Insurance.
contractors doing the work? But it's a town
grantee,
property, not a state.
and then they want to know the
Very
names of the
routine
people, of the
outlets of
contractors that are doing it.
Oh, okay, they probably want to make sure that, maybe they're looking to make sure that the contractors have workers' compensation.
shall need,
They want a certificate of insurance to OPM prior to the
Yeah.
effective date of the agreement.
What
Yeah.
page?
it's section 4, Amy, do you want to take a look at it?
I haven't seen this yet, so. Section 4.
But I don't need to take up the time at the meeting, I'm just saying
Yeah,
I need to discuss it with someone.
Right.
Make sure I do.
Well, we're the grantee. So,
Yeah,
Division
so
of
we'll be
Commercial
the
General
ones.
Liability Insurance to Southern. Shall name the state as an additional assured in this policy and shall provide a fee.
yeah, that's usually not a big deal.
Well, I'm
Just-
surprised they didn't
all the
ask for it
insurance.
before they signed it.
Say that
So,
again.
they didn't ask for it. We are covered completely. So, but I'm just surprised they signed it. I think someone doesn't know that clause is in the contract. Because it doesn't seem
Yeah,
that they
it
would have
may
signed
be.
it without it.
So they're looking
But-
for the town to have insurance and not the contractor?
Right,
Yeah, so grantee,
right. And adding the state to the certificate of
Right,
liability.
so I don't have to worry about the guy that's on the project.
No,
Okay. So is there anything else someone should?
I don't know. You've got a
I'll do
signature.
what I think is right till I get my hand slapped.
That's right. I would just keep moving forward like you normally do.
Okay, all right.
So,
We never gave them an insurance policy,
in
did
the
we?
past, but they signed it, so. We can ask about it, but we're fully insured. We can get a COI to them.
yeah, I think that's
So,
all they're
And
looking
I
for,
think it
just naming the
refers to
state.
Subcontractor.
But that one says the grantee has to provide insurance, not the subcontractors. It says the grantee must, and we're the grantee.
And I would imagine the town insurance covers any
Right.
subcontractors, so.
But you're having a lot of volunteers doing things too, right? Or no?
Yes.
Yes.
The town owns a lot of property over here, that's all, that's in yellow.
Yeah, just know that a lot of the parcels themselves are extremely small, like 0.06 acres
Yeah,
or
I think
something like
a
that.
lot of them were like 40 by 80, I
Yeah.
think, yeah, really, really small. You know, they were intended to just be little
Wow.
seasonal camps,
Right.
Yeah,
so,
they changed.
all right, okay, anything else?
Probably because these are in bigger.
Are we ready to move on to
Um,
announcements? or-
Well, Pat, didn't you have something?
Oh, Pat, you did.
Pat?
Huh?
You had something you wanted to say?
Oh,
Members
well,
forum?
did we do any, I mean, I wasn't here the last meeting, did we do anything, or are we waiting to do something for Sue?
Yeah, we didn't discuss anything at the last meeting.
I meant to bring the
Yeah.
printout,
Didn't
for the
know,
paper.
yeah.
They didn't know about it,
Pardon?
they didn't know about it,
No,
that was the day she died, we didn't know.
Yeah.
Well, we know now, though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
but-
didn't know.
I think the paper,
Wait,
I think
Sue
the
had died.
article,
Yeah,
Sue Wheeler,
I
yeah.
think the article
No.
says there's gonna be some kind of
Yes, in the summer.
in the summer, so. I meant to bring the article and I left without it.
Did she
you
have
know,
children in the
Pardon?
area? Children in the area still?
I have the obituary
Okay.
from yes, I think it's gonna be in the area,
Okay.
Like, no, Sutton.
huh?
It's, I think it'll be in the Sutton, I think it'll be in Massachusetts.
Okay, yeah, but that's not, so I didn't know if we were gonna wait to do something or,
Did she leave a husband?
pardon?
Did she have a husband?
Her husband had
Yeah.
already passed, right?
Okay.
Pardon?
Didn't her husband already pass away?
no,
No.
not yet.
Oh, but he was sick.
He was sick, so she was doing a lot of taking care of him.
Okay. All right.
So-
When did she die?
She died the day of our
The
meeting.
day of the last meeting, that's why she was
didn't
absent.
show up.
That's why she wasn't here. She had, a stent put in
Mm.
and it went well.
What,
She
May
came-
19th, I think?
She came out of surgery and,
Yeah, May
was
19th.
joking in the recovery room, was doing fine. And then she died and they couldn't
Oh my
Revive.
gosh,
revive her.
that's terrible.
And he was devastated. He really,
Yeah,
he's not the type that would ask for help.
Mm.
So I didn't, I got a note saying that she had died and I thought, this can't be true.
Mm.
But I thought maybe, I know she was taken for pain management and I thought maybe he overdosed on the pain management and sent her.
And we were just talking a couple of months ago about getting together, because we have a lot of different interests and, she brought me, some of those little angels she makes,
Mm.
And he's devastated.
Pardon?
He is devastated.
Oh, yeah.
So anyway,
Yeah.
I visited with him
Okay, oh,
and I got him, I called Renee Moran and Renee Moran is, the veterinary, the vets, are going to give him transportation for his cancer treatment in Norwich. He can't drive because of his eyesight,
Right,
so he has no vehicle, he has to depend on other people. And he said, I spent my time working. And he said, I really don't know how to socialize, but, he seemed very pleased to have me come. But, so I've been there twice or three times now, but I call him. And, I've got him matched up with Teague now.
okay.
So they're supposed to go, I filled out a form for him, I've worked with the town clerk. And we.
Okay, so,
discussed the Meals
like-
on Wheels, so we're helping
oh,
him.
good.
Does he have someone going in and helping him with meals or?
No, not yet, that's what hopefully Teague
That's meal, okay.
Mm.
will do. He said he's survived because different people have brought food in to him.
Yeah.
But he's dealing, he said he was in such pain last night that he couldn't sleep.
Mm.
That's what he told us at 4 o'clock this afternoon. So he's not a well man,
Mm.
but there's people helping him, so that's good. Anyway.
Good, thank you.
Drag on.
Thank you for the update.
It's a sad situation. So
right.
what we should do, I don't know. What do they normally
Yeah,
do?
Well, I know,
Mhm.
what's the article, I know they said donations to Paws in Putnam. But we could always wait till the memorial service and do something also. I mean, maybe we can help him, you know, I don't know his.
I told them to call me. If I don't know the answer, I usually know where to find it. I come in and bug somebody. So I don't know what else we can do.
Do you have any suggestions?
I mean, short of making a donation to Pause, sending a card, doing what Norma's doing.
Instead of a donation to Paws,
Donation to
I
him.
think it would be,
But
money is not too plentiful there.
pardon?
Money is not too plentiful,
Mine isn't either, but,
so it might be beneficial if we did something to assist him.
Right,
I was thinking that, you know,
Mhm.
I do cans and bottles for Paws, so I was thinking, you know. Maybe you're talking to him and maybe you can kind of get an idea of,
If there's something I can see, I can,
and that
Share
we
it with
could
us,
do.
that would be
we-
great,
You know,
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
and the other thing we have to think of is we need a replacement for Sue.
okay.
yeah.
You have.
Do I know anybody?
Or did we want to put out an ad? Have we put out any ads recently?
We can add it to the list of
Yeah.
positions.
Yeah, we posted on the website.
Yeah,
Does anyone have a suggestion of someone that would have an interest?
I've
in-
been trying to think about it
Conservation.
for a long time and I haven't come up with
Can't
anybody.
you
Hmm.
Think
I
about what?
haven't been able to think of anybody, I've been thinking about it for some time. And I haven't been
Oh,
able to,
what?
someone to fill in when someone left,
Oh,
a member.
I'll put my thinking cap on,
Hmm.
you put yours on.
I put mine on. Mine's defective. It stopped working in 1968, but I'll see what I can do.
Maybe you can get a spark, huh? out of it.
It's hard to
Alright,
find
well.
someone who wants to make the commitment.
Yeah,
I didn't hear you.
It's hard to find someone who wants to make the commitment to show up every month.
How do you find anybody who wants to commit to anything anymore?
mhm, yeah. All right, announcements, let's see, next scheduled meeting is Monday, July 21st at 7 PM in the Sunny Community Room at the Thompson Town Hall and via Zoom. And the final item on the agenda is adjournment, and it is 8:07. And I will adjourn the meeting. And if you want to brainstorm any